Good. Good morning and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today is day 11 of the build at Villa FELIZ. As you can see, we got a little bit of smoke going on out here. Good morning. And I don't know if you know, but in the Philippines, a lot of people burn their trash out here. And then the smoke usually goes like right into my window here, but whatever. So anyway, day 11 out of the build site today. I think we're going to probably get 3 more column footers poured today. We might get an opportunity to go see a coffee farm. I don't know, because nothing is consistent about when you make plans around here, so we're going to play that one by ear. And then who knows whatever else is going to come up today out at the job site. So let's get today started. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. What is that? Fish! Whoa! Morning! Morning! Catch your wood? I got more to pick up. Okay, I'll see you later. Good morning. How are you today? Beautiful day. It's nice and cool today, huh? Yes, sir. Very good. Very good. So normally they would be using power tools to cut the rebar out here, but we don't have electricity on site. Of course, you know, from a couple of videos ago, we just submitted the application for the temporary electrical connection, and that hasn't been done yet. So at this point, we actually need to have rebar cut and ready for some of the forms that we're going to be working on and very soon. So what my contractor did, he went in and he has this manual type cutting device. It's a lot faster than actually using the hacksaw, so they're actually using this device to do the cutting, and we'll be using this probably throughout the entire process. So folks around here are very frugal and very resourceful with all these bits and pieces of the woods that are left over, and they actually put it to good use. They'll bring it back to the barangay and actually use the wood for using for wood stoves and things like that. So nothing is wasted over here. Everything is has a use, and it actually helps us as well, because when they're actually clearing the lot by pulling a lot of the wood away from the lot that we won't have to worry about later on. So it's a win-win situation here. Oh, we got lots of goodies here, huh? Oh, look at that. So while the crew is out of the pit getting a well-deserved break and having a snack up there, I'm down in the pit because it's kind of quiet down here and the wind isn't blowing as much. Hopefully it won't affect the microphone. I wanted to bring up a topic that was brought up in one of the comment section by one of the subscribers, Lee and Rosalie. they brought up a really good point, and they brought up a good reference that I actually have been looking at over the years, and with regard to construction in the Philippines and what not to do. It's a very good reference, and it's myphilippinelife.com, and they put it inside the comments section in episode, I think it was episode 8 or 9, and what I'll do is I will try to put it also inside the description block as well. Very good resource, and the vlogger that actually put the information in showed some very good details of big mistakes that were done during his construction here inside the Philippines with regard to rebar. As you know, in North America, where I'm from, we use wood and nails, and in the Philippines that would be the equivalent of concrete and rebar. So I'm really familiar with the building with wood, because my father was a contractor before he retired, and he did home construction and mainly framing. He was a subcontractor doing framing. So I'm really familiar with that. So this is all new to me. So that's why I had to look up resources that had to do with working with this type of construction over here. And I replied back to Lee and Rosalie about the spacer that we're using, because of course you have a grate, that footer rebar, and you have that 10 centimeter spacer up underneath, which is also rebar, and that's going to be touching the crushed gravel. And if you have moisture that goes up underneath there, the first thing it's going to go after is that 10 centimeter lift that they have inside there with the rebar. And of course, if it starts getting corrosion, eventually it will, since you have metal on metal, it will eventually go up to the rebar that's at the bottom of the footer. But I'm willing to take that risk with this build right here, because you got to realize this is actually a basement that we're doing this inside. So this is also, all of this is going to be protected. Even though you'll have ground seepage on the outside going through, the amount of time that you would actually see any type of effect, even if you do get water and moisture that goes inside there, we're probably talking 100 to 200 years, and I'm not going to be around for that amount of time, so it's pretty much a moot point at that, as far as that goes. So let's get back to the rebar. So what I recommend is that when you are sourcing out for an architect and for a builder, you want to find somebody who's reputable and possibly young and knows the new technologies. We'll get into it later on in the video, but when we're doing the supports inside here, the column supports and the beam, the lateral beam support, you're going to see there's been a lot of new technology over the years that actually addresses problems with seismic activity. So the rebar in the lateral beams will actually be placed in different locations within the beam that you would normally do inside the vertical column structure. As you see, we have 6 20 millimeter rebar that's going down inside the column structure, and they are actually spaced pretty much equidistant all the way around, and that's standard for column construction. When we get to the beam construction, I will point it out when we get inside there, and I will look also and try to post a copy of the structural analysis, which actually the city planners, when they're approving your plan, they will make their recommendations. And when you're doing beams, your rebar that's inside the beam itself is going to be placed in strategic locations, not in equidistance around, to allow for the connection where the beam actually connects to the column, for strength and integrity of that connection, because that's the weakest point there, and also for the bending strength inside there. You don't want it in the center of a beam. There's actually strategic points that you put, and I will try to get a copy of that and I will post it. So anyway, thanks so much for the comments and the suggestions and the links that folks are actually posting on here. This actually helps a lot, and this is a sharing forum that we have right here. This is for folks to actually take this information and hopefully they can apply it to their home construction when they decide to, if and when they decide to build here in the Philippines. So again, thanks. Here's the progress update for the column support holes. This is day 11 of the build, and we have to have 18 holes completed, we'll have 18 column structures. So out of 18, we have 18 that need to be done. We have 7 holes that are completely dug, and out of those 7, we have 3 that you see that already have a footer inside. So this is about 10:30 in the morning. We'll see what we have by the close of business today. I think we might have a few more. That is if the weather holds out. I never really noticed this before. If you see around down here where you go to the end of the street and then you do the incline that goes up to where our lot is actually at, if you can see, I don't know if you can see, but right at the top up here, I think it's right up there, you can probably see it, there's some mounds of dirt. That's actually the mounds of dirt from the excavation on our lot right there. And the lot next door, it's not real wide, it's a smaller lot, and it actually, if you look, you see it actually, boom, it drops all the way down to this point right here. So when we actually build on our lot up there, we're gonna have a nice height factor up there. And you know, you don't want to be looking at your neighbors and anything like that when they have their house built. So you want to have some privacy, and that's going to give us great privacy and height, and it's going to be like a castle up there. I like it. So anyway, they are proceeding on with the digging of the holes for the support columns, and I expect that we get, as long as the weather holds up, I expect that we get at least 3 more pours in for the footer for columns today, since we have 3 done, and I believe I said we have 7 holes that are totally complete. And I expect by close of business today, we'll not only have, I'm gonna make a guess to say about 3 more of the holes completely dug out, and then 3 footers poured. Well, I'm being optimistic, and again, it has to do with whether or not we get any rain or not. So anyway, this is the restaurant of Evelyn and Dolores.
Yes, yeah.
And they actually have
my
Lomis and your husband?
Yeah, my husband.
No, it's nice. It's Dennis.
Yeah.
Nice
My husband.
to meet you. Nice to meet you, James. And I'm showing them your menu you have here. You got Lomi, Jumbo Lomi Special, Bihan, Gusado.
You taste.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Okay, I will stop back by here.
This is my son.
And this is the son, yeah? Always nice meeting you all, and I will be back for lunch one day. Thank you. See you later.
See you later.
Take care. So anyway, I just ran into this wonderful family right here. I've been passing by their little restaurant thing every day. Obviously, as you see, as I'm walking in and out to the job site, and she motions me to come over, and she starts talking to me, and she tells me this interesting story about one of her family is married to a man in Georgia, and I said, well, I'm actually from South Carolina. I'm the state right next door. And she's like, well, maybe you know him. I'm like, yeah, maybe I do know him. So anyway, she tells me his name, and I'm like, oh, I don't know. Well, anyway, I guess I'm gonna have to stop by Evelyn and Dolores' place. I'm gonna have to stop by their place and have lunch one afternoon. And it's really convenient. It's literally, 3 or 4 minutes walking from the front gate of my subdivision. So there you go. And what was the name of this again?
Chicken.
Tinola. Chicken tinola. Ooh, that looks so good. And what? Oh, you got all kind of other stuff in here too. Oh.
What's that?
Hi. You need some cover? I'll share with you. All right, lunch out of the way, and that chicken tinola was awesome. And I will say, my wife actually makes chicken tinola. I forgot all about that. And we men with wives, we men with wives, our wives are always the best cooks in the world. That chicken tinola was really good. So anyway, let's head back out, start walking towards the job site. We'll pass by Dell's place, and I don't know if she remembered that we were supposed to do the coffee farm today, because it's kind of a thing. People say a lot of things about going and doing certain things, and then the very next day they don't remember. So if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If not, we'll try to do it another time. So let's head back out to the job site.
Hi. What did you say?
Yes.
Yes? No, you're not in school today? No school?
No.
No school? Ah, so what are you playing today?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Bye.
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 See you later. Bye.
Salamat po. Salamat po.
Salamat po to you too. Bye. Ah, kids. There's our wood.
So anyway, as predicted, I just stopped by Dell's place, and she gave me the old. No, her brother's not going to make it, and I think maybe it's because it has to do with the rain, or what I was saying before. You know, people say things and then they kind of forget about it, but hey, that's life here in the Philippines. So anyway, let's get out to the job site, and I hope this little bit of rain isn't causing any problem with any of the digging and what we need to do. And I hope this is just temporary, because it kind of looks like it's just like one big cloud and then light clouds after that. So let's head on out. Now here's a little fact I'm going to throw in today. I know I brought it up before, but for those who haven't seen some of my earlier videos and you don't really know that much about the Philippines is actually 3 really big islands, and we're on the northern island here in Luzon, and then the middle island is Visayas, and then the one all the way down in the south is Mindanao. Well, the Philippines is actually, those are the 3 big islands, but there's like 7,100 islands, like 7,100 plus islands that make up the Philippines. So that's a lot of places that I plan on visiting while I'm over here. So I'm gonna give you a little secret that I found out, and I am going to keep my sources confidential. But the developer of this development right here, now this development is 33 hectares, and the developer of this development, from what I understand, if my sources are good, and I'll try to confirm, he's actually building down in Visayas, and he's going to be building a place that is not 33 hectares but 310 hectares. I think it's in Boracay. So I brought up the point that some of the columns are not centered, and they're pretty far off on some of them. And I went and I checked all across the entire layout here. All the ones that are being dug now in the center, you see all these right here. All of those, if you take a plumb bob, they're actually, when the column goes in, it's actually going to be exactly centered. So they'll be centered on all those. But the ones on the front and the back, they are offset. They're pushed towards the outer part of the perimeter of the footprint of the house. Now I asked my architect and builder. I asked him the question. I said, you know, to me it seems like if the column is off-centered, you're putting more pressure. There's more weight that's going to be on the other side of the footer. And he said, well, normally they would do it. He said, but the design that we have here is actually based on the size or the thickness of the footer and the size of the rebar. And he's actually going to bring me some documents from the city planner's office that show that this type of method that he's using right here, it's not going to affect the integrity of the building. So even though I'm not from Missouri, I want you to show me, and he's going to show me. So more on that. So I don't remember the count this morning, how many holes were totally dug. I think it was 8. I don't remember. I have to go back and look at the video. Anyway, we have 10 holes that are complete, one that is almost complete, so we're almost to 11. So on the digging of the holes, right around 11, and we have, again, we have that one column support that's inside the ground. It just doesn't have any concrete for it. And so tomorrow, it should be relatively quick to actually do the assembly of the additional column supports. So I'm suspecting Saturday we should get at least 3 columns totally in and poured, and maybe even more. So I'm optimistic. So not a bad day, not a bad day at all. As long as we're moving forward and there's nothing that's causing any problems, then it's always a good day. So we got some stuff accomplished. We got some more holes done today. We also got one of the column support rebar sections inside, which is a good. And I think tomorrow is going to go along faster as far as putting the column supports inside the ground and pouring for the footers of. I think we'll get several of them done. So anyway, I'm going to head back to the house, the apartment, and tomorrow is day 12 of the construction schedule. And I'm looking forward to that. It's a Saturday, but when you're retired, it doesn't matter. Every day is Saturday for you. So if you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Please share. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. And until tomorrow, I will see you on My PI Dream.